Monica, the committee, the community, and others have said that we've heard you through the course of the campaign say you've made mistakes during your last term as mayor and that you learned from them. The community and the forum committee is expressing interest in clarification. I mean, specifically, let's start with what would you identify as the biggest mistake?
The biggest mistake, and I have been asked and answered, and I don't want to keep belaboring it, but something that I think is most important that I believe not only I learned, but the City Council learned, regardless of the merits of a project, whether or not it is the absolute right thing to do, looking ahead and you say, yes, this needs to happen for the betterment of our community, you don't go ahead with a project unless you have the buy-in and the support of the community, even though you know that in time, everyone will recognize, perhaps, that it's the right thing to do. You don't go ahead with a project unless you have buy-in. And we've even seen that happen again and again in the last couple of years. Even small things. What I'm talking about, issues like with the well sites, where the public didn't feel completely informed. Perhaps that may have been a reason that...
When you were mayor, though,
okay,
your mistake.
But I'm talking about a lesson learned.
Right.
Was to not go ahead. A specific example of that was the airway underpass. What we didn't clearly communicate was that we were on an extremely specific, tight deadline. That if we did not move forward by such and such a date, we'd have to push the project back an entire calendar year. And I just don't think we did an adequate job of explaining and educating the public on that. I've certainly learned communication is something we've got to get a lot stronger with.
Okay, a pointed question here. You've talked a lot about leadership experience. With respect to your last election loss, the word is you took it hard, and the term abandoned has been used to describe your office exit. City Hall sources have indicated that after a history of manning your office on a day-to-day basis, hour after hour, on the eve or in the days after the election, you quickly packed up, disappeared between the election loss and end of your term, and some people are questioning if that's an indication of the leadership that they look to from the mayor.
Well, I think when I handed over the gavel, it was no longer my office. I just felt at the time, out of deference to the new mayor and council, it was my job to step to the background. I've always believed, whether I agree 100% with our leaders or not, you respect them and you support them because they are leading your community. And that's all I attempted to do, was try and offer them the courtesy that I would like when trying to move forward.
Okay.
I was always available. I mean, I've had the same address and phone number for 20 years. I've still been very active in the community. But as far as city politics, it was obviously a hotly contested race. At times it was a negative campaign. I thought it was time to move on, let the community heal. The voters spoke.
Okay, thank you.